welcome to the channel. If it's your first time, thank you so much for coming through. I hope you enjoy your time here. If you're a subscriber or if you're a regular, then thank you for coming back as well. So this is a channel where it's just moms. It's just moms. We get up here, we help encourage each other, we give each other tips, words of wisdom, encouragement, things of that nature. So we have different topics that we talk about, different, I guess, tips or which one to say, nuggets. That's the word I was looking for. Nuggets is what I usually say that I'm sharing. And my goal is for you guys to get in the comments and share your tips or your nuggets in regards to whatever the topic is, or if you have a topic that you want me to talk about, then put it in the comments. So today, and I'm sorry, I'll go ahead and apologize for my hand probably moving all around. I don't have my holder that normally holds my phone, so I'm actually holding it with my hand, which is not as steady, of course. So anyway, today here is what I want to talk about. Having an aesthetically pleasing home. Is it a realistic goal with children? I'm posing that. I'm putting it out there to you guys. You tell me what you think. Do you think that it is a realistic expectation to think that you're going to have this picture perfect home all the time? Please let me know your thoughts. Now, I'm going to just take and run with no. Now, it could be yes. And if it's yes for you, I mean, kudos, because we're trying to get where you are. But what I gather more from most moms is that it is a no. So this is what I want to take a second to talk about today. Well, more than a second, but we are talking about, or we've been talking about for the last couple of videos, finding that joy in motherhood. And what we're finding is that, first of all, it's going to vary depending on the mom, because we're all different. So first of all, it is something that you have to find for yourself. We're here to help, to help you get there. But ultimately, it's your journey. But we're trying to highlight things to help you get there. So what I've been doing lately is I've been highlighting different things that have the potential to unlock that for you, to make it clearer to you where the joy is or where it comes from, and then to also, secondly, allow you to partake and to walk in it, to enjoy the joys of motherhood. So that was one thing that stood out to me as far as the house. Now, I love an aesthetically pleasing home. I think that's how they say it, aesthetically pleasing home. But it's hard to achieve. Like, if you were to ask me what I would love to see when I walk in the door every day, or when I leave out the door every day, I would tell you the best way to describe what I would like to see, or something very similar to it, would be a model home. I'm just being real with y'all, right? I love it when you go to those model homes. I mean, everything is so pretty. Like the color schemes, the flooring, the cabinets, the little vases. I'm from North Carolina. Who am I kidding? But the vases, the decor on the walls. I mean, you're just talking about beautiful. And not to mention, no clutter, no dust, no shoes on the floor, no toys on the carpet, no signs of life. Really, I mean, to be honest, sometimes they may have some fake things like in the kitchen, like they might have some, it don't have to be fake, but they might have some spices or something, to make something, to make the spice rack pop or whatever. But my point is, when you walk through that model home, you can see where there's a potential for life to exist in that home, right? Because a lot of times they'll even take, like, they're trying to attract families, they'll even take time to decorate a room as like a homeschool room. You ever notice that? Or like a playroom, or like the family room. They'll take time and put like maybe a gaming system in there, you know, a Nintendo or Wii or whatever the popular games are right now. They'll take time and put that in there to make it look inviting for a family to buy that home, right? But here's what I want to highlight about that. So I said that there's no signs of life, really, right? Again, it can appeal to you to say, oh, I can see us sitting there, but there's no signs that anyone has sat there. Let's think about that. Signs of life can also be described as dirt, clutter, right? Right? Disorganization or unorganization, whichever word, you know, that's what life looks like. The fingerprints on your beautiful stainless refrigerator, those fingerprints, those are signs of life. The toys on the floor, in random rooms, in random places, those are signs of life. Artwork by our little artists at different places. Sometimes on a wall where it wasn't supposed to be, but the point is, it's their artwork, right? Those are signs of life. Dirty clothes in the laundry room. Dirty clothes on the floor. Toothpaste on the sink, which is one of my pet peeves. Toothpaste, like, did you see the toothpaste? Can you not wipe that up? Can you not splash it down with water? Splash it. Signs of life. Toothpaste on the sink tells me my child brushed her teeth. Right? So, I think what we have to do is start to look at it that way. Think about, and I don't know if everybody can relate, but when your children are at school, or if your children are, let's say, with the other parent, for some of my families that are co-parenting now, and you may have to share time with the other parent, when the other parent has the children, or when grandparents have the children, or even during a school day sometimes, but when they're gone, there is a difference in your home. Now it could be a good difference, it's quiet, but you know what I'm getting at is there's a difference. That home sometimes doesn't feel as much like a home when the children, when your whole family, when your husband, you know, when everybody, grandma, if she lives with you or whatever, but it doesn't feel like home when they're not there. What I'm getting at, guys, we have to stop and think about these things. We have to stop and look at them from a different perspective. Without the kids' voices, right? Yeah, they're loud and we have to tell them to hush. Without the kids playing, you know, then it's almost like, how can I say it? That's how they exist. You know, that's part of the joy of motherhood, seeing our children play with toys, right? Buying new toys for them. So, to wrap this thing up, what I want you to get out of this, the whole concept of not getting too, you know, wrapped up in your home being super clean all the time. Yeah, of course we want our homes clean, guys. Y'all know that, right? So I'm not saying live in a pigsty by any means. All I'm saying is, I think that one of the ways for us to find joy in motherhood is to let go of any unrealistic expectation that we may have put on ourselves, and let's just bring it down and make it more reachable, more obtainable. So for example, the toys, maybe you go out and get you some of those little baskets. That's what I did. Some of those, and you just start throwing toys in the baskets and putting them away, you know, or have a designated area or closet where you just throw stuff in, you know. But I don't know what you have to do, but and guys, get in the comments and give me some tips. What are you doing to manage the cleanliness of your home so that it's not worrying you so bad that it is starting to take your joy, that it is not worrying you so bad that it's starting to take your peace? Because again, what are we doing now? What are we doing? We're trying to find and we're trying to embrace the joys of motherhood. And we cannot do that if we're constantly going behind the children. They drop a Lego, we're picking a Lego up. You know, we're walking out, almost walking behind them with the vacuum. You know, yes, home should be clean and tidy. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is find ways to keep your house clean, but that hopefully balances out and does not steal your joy and keeps you overly anxious. Like some people, they actually have anxiety around too much stuff, you know, too much clutter. So for that person, in order for them to really embrace motherhood and the joys of motherhood, they may need to have some type of system, you know, where they reset and they clean the area that the children hang out in the most, or the family room. But again, it's going to look different for each parent, for each mom. And that's what I want you to share in the comments. What are some of the things that you do? But it's going to look different. But the thing is, let's find that for us. Like, what does that look like for you? If it means hiring someone, you know, to come and clean your house once a week, if you have the funds, you know, or if it just means having certain areas where you keep certain things. Like for me, I have certain areas where they can use Play-Doh and what is it, that sand, I can't think of, y'all, kinetic sand. I have certain areas because it has been stuck in my carpet before. So they have to do that on a surface where, you know, if it does get on the floor, which it is bound to, I can just sweep it up. So those little things like that. Or if you need to put down some type of, I'm like those cheap tablecloths, I've used those before at like Dollar Tree or something, Dollar General, Dollar, whatever your local dollar store is. And maybe if you want to put that over your table or over the floor and have them get down there so that they can be creative and they can have fun, but it can also afford you the ability to enjoy it. And when they're done, you just take the whole thing. It was only $1. You just you put everything that's in it, ball it up, and put it in the trash. So it's little things like that, little tips like that, to help you to not be overly stressed, and to allow the children to be children, and to allow you to enjoy the moment, to enjoy them playing, them creating things with the Play-Doh, you know? So that's the thing for today. That's my nugget for today, guys. Don't be bound by the expectation of a spotless home when you have children. Maybe you can maintain it if it's just you or you and another adult, but I don't know. But with children, I don't want that to be one of the things that steal our joy, okay? So try to find some balance and what that looks like for you and your home and your family, okay? So thank you guys so much for staying until the end. If I said anything that you like, if I said anything that you think you could take away and maybe share with someone else, anything that encouraged you, anything that caused you to think a little bit, just anything, give me a like. Hit that like button. And if you think that you would enjoy more of this, you know, and you want to get a notification every time, subscribe and hit the notification bell. And that way, every time I pop up here, you'll get a notification and you can tune in and see what the topic is or the nugget is for that day. But guys, thank you so much. And for those of you that have already subscribed, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. It makes me feel good, and it lets me know that I'm not up here, you know, just talking to myself, you know, because that my heart truly is for moms, and the whole purpose of this channel is for us to get up here and love on each other. So with you guys taking time to subscribe, that just really makes me, you know, it's a blessing to me. So thank you so much. Okay, guys, I want you to have an amazing day. I want you to love on yourself, love on others, right? But I want you to make yourself a priority. Don't be afraid to treat yourself to something today. Something. Okay? All right, guys, I'll be back soon. Talk to you later. Bye.